All right, so now we're going to use this and the color picker tool and our direct selection tool. So I'm just going to click on my lemon. Then I'm going to click on the eyedropper tool, and I'm going to go on my picture, and I'm going to click the color that I want it to be. Okay, it's pretty awesome. I'm going to click on the pear, click on the pear, click on the leaf, and so forth and so on. All right, the star, you're going to need 2 of these, so I'm just going to hold down Alt right away, and I'm going to do both right away. So that one could be the inside color, direct selection tool. Remember, it's the letter V on your keyboard to make things a little faster. All right, make sure you really zoom in when you're doing this. You can even pull this a little closer to get the color you need. All right, so, oops, nothing is selected, V. All right, and the eyedropper shortcut here is the letter I, so you could just use those to go back and forth to make this a little faster. Okay, and then V, and then the apple, and then I for that, V. The bottom is this orange, and the inside, V. Eyedropper is this color, V. The inside is this color, and I think the line, we could go ahead and just do the line right away. Go to I, okay, and it will just take on that whole appearance. Hopefully it's brown, but I'm not quite sure. Let's see, maybe I missed it. Oh, I think I missed it. I'm going to Control Z and go back. Let's see if I can get that. No, it doesn't. Well, we can always just make that a brown. It says it's a brown fill, and that's the problem. We can just go ahead and put a little brown on there, and that's okay. All right, we know how to do all this stuff. Okay, and then the bowl, again, I, and then the foot. Okay, the foot has a stroke and a fill on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click back on the fill, and I'm going to click on the plus sign, and I'm going to hit OK, and it's added that custom color right here. You can see I already practiced this. So now I want the stroke to be that color, and you can see it's been added to the stroke, okay? And I need that stroke to be much, 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 much thicker, okay? And then the inside would be this color. Well, now it changed it to that. We have to go back to our stroke. That was a little redundant, but there we go. There we go. Okay, so the stroke is that color, and then we'll make this a little bit smaller. Doesn't want to go any strong. Oh, maybe my stroke is too large, that's why. Huh, that's interesting. All right, and then I just didn't do this. I'm going to arrange. I'm going to bring this one forward, and that's okay. There we go. There we go. All right, so we have our bowl done. I'm going to right click and group these. And now we can start building this stuff and arranging it. And once again, you just right click to arrange, bring stuff forward, bring stuff backwards, and then eventually we're going to get to rotate. All right, I don't think I need to put this whole thing together. I think I just need to remind you that to hold copy down, all right, you hold down Alt. We need 15 leaves. You don't have to do them all at the same time, right? This needs to go on top of here, all right? If this is underneath here, then you need to right click and send to back. So now this gets put onto the top. Again, I can select those, and over here is the align, and it will align the tops, and there we go. And it's a little small, so I'm going to hold down Shift, make it a little bit bigger, and again, align my tops. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Maybe it's a little too big, but that's fine. All right, and then let's see here. I have to build several of these little things, 1, 2, 3 of these. I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm just going to size this up and put these on here. And again, I'm going to group them, and now they're all set. I'm going to hold down Alt. You can always resize them. You need another apple. You can pull that out. And the last thing I need to show you, okay, you can hold down Shift, make your guy bigger, okay, is how do you do the orange? And I already have one done to show you. Okay, so all this is just making sure that you start with a nice little triangle, right, that we changed. And if we notice there's a little bit of space here, if we notice it, mine's not absolutely perfect, but I just want to show you this. So once you get one in place, okay, I'm going to hold down Alt to make a copy, but then I'm going to right click and go to transform, and I'm going to reflect it. Okay, so it's going to make an exact copy, but change the angle of it so I don't have to draw it again. Okay, same thing here though. I'm going to rotate this one, and these are probably too big, and this is the part that takes a little finesse, and I use my arrow keys on this. But once again, I will hold down Alt, make a copy, transform, and reflect, and hit OK. All right. And I'm going to use my arrow keys, and you can see it's not absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do is I need to fit more in there. I'm going to actually, why would I do that? I'm going to hold Shift and select all 4 of these, and I'm going to make them smaller at the same time, Mrs. Fitz. That's way smarter. Okay, and then you can just click on them. Make sure you zoom in. All right, and you can always make them a little bit bigger. Again, I like to use my arrow keys when I'm doing putsy stuff like this. The mouse just seems to be a little bulky. Okay. I also think maybe the angle isn't right if we look, but it's okay. You guys get it. All right, so that part will take a little bit of finesse, just rotating them and reflecting them to make your lives a little bit easier. I've botched this, but that's okay. You know I can do it. I did it before. It takes a little bit. It takes a little bit. So just keep playing with that until you get it to be like this. All right, and then when you're all said and done, you go ahead and group it. Mine's already been grouped. That's why it says I have to ungroup it. And you can start with your big shape. So I would start placing my lemon, making it a little bit smaller. All right, then my pear goes in. All right, if I have to arrange and send it to the back. All right, because the pear's in the front. It's a little too big. It might need to be up a little bit. There we go. I got to grab another one of my oranges. Okay. And we just get this, see, arrange, bring to front. Okay, because depends on when you built it. And it'll just take a little bit of time for you to be able to arrange. And then this one, I'm going to bring it forward. And I'm going to bring it forward again. Nope, I'm going to bring it all the way to the front. And now I'm just going to send it backwards 1. There. So that's where you really have to just kind of play, because there's a lot of layers here. And when you built them, all right. And so you guys get it. And when I'm all said and done, when I have it all beautiful and it actually looks nice, I'm going to select it all. All right. And I'm going to, of course, group it all. When it's all said and done, I'm going to draw 2 more lines. Run. All right, put a little stroke on that. In this case, 1 and 2. And I just realized that they have a rectangle of color. So I'm just going to draw that real quickly. So it's just going to be a big box of color. I'm going to use my color picker tool for that gray. And then I'm just going to send it, arrange, and send it all the way to the back. And now these lines, they can get a line center, and we can change them to white. And then I'll put a nice little text box here, and I'll find a nice font. Okay, I would totally pick something with more personality. All right, but it doesn't really matter for us right now. This looks so naked. All right, but have fun with this. Get comfortable arranging things and grouping things, and more is coming your way. And if you want, just be smart, arrange it right away to the front, and then you don't even have to mess around with it. Rotate it. Get your little rotate on. This is fun. I don't want to stop, but you guys should stop watching this video because you know what you're doing. All right. I think I got it all. Have fun drawing with shapes and anchor points.